Hi, it's Paul the Sound Guy Spicer here from LNP Sound with our latest December guest vlog, and with me today I have Karen Nichols from Royal Marketing, who is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Marketing and a chartered marketeer. Welcome Karen, how are you doing?
Hi Paul, I'm very well thank you, and thank you for inviting me
That's
to take part in your vlog.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So my first question to you is there just more to marketing than advertising in a magazine or a newspaper?
Yes, is the short answer. The long answer is really you have to take it back to basics. Marketing is all about your customer and understanding all about your customer and why your customer should buy from you rather than from your competitors. So you have to break it all down really into why are you in business in the first place? Do you have a product or service that a customer is going to want to buy? And then you have to promote that product or service to the customer in language that they understand, using methods that they want to use, whether that be an advert in a newspaper or whether it be via a website or any other promotional method. And then you have to have also done your homework to make sure that the price you're offering it at is the right price, and that your processes and procedures are set up so that you can, heaven forbid you actually make a sale, you are actually able to then satisfy that customer's order. So marketing is far more than just placing the advert. It's all about the planning up to that point to make sure that the total customer experience is a good one. They will be able to buy from you and they'll want to come back and buy more from you.
Okay, so you probably hear from time and time again people say, oh, I've tried that or I've tried this and it doesn't really work for me. Would you say that the key thing from that is that they're not clearly getting the message across? Because it's not really what they want to convey, it's what their person that's buying from them needs to understand.
It's what you have to work out what the customer wants to hear. Sometimes that's referred to as the customer's hot buttons.
Right.
And it could well be that the customer's hot buttons are something that you are communicating to them, but you're just not using the right language. Right. Because take broadband services for instance. The fact that the download speed is XYZ megabytes, to a lay person, they're not going to know whether XYZ megabytes is good, bad or indifferent because they don't understand that measure. You have to convey that to them in ways that they're going to understand. So for instance, if you've got a really fantastic broadband service and they're going to be able to watch movies without lots of buffering happening and a real constant stream of the images and the sound that they're listening to, that makes far more sense to them to convey the message in that way rather than saying, oh, it's whatever gazillion megabytes per second or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously there's many different forms of marketing out there, and we've seen a lot of changes in the industry over the last 5 years. What could we expect to happen in the next 3 to 5 years? Do you think there's going to be a big shift in the way people, is it mainly all going to be online, or are things going to be left behind that worked well quite a few years ago? How do you kind of foresee what's going to happen?
Marketing is all about your customer and being in tune with your customer and how your customer wants to interact and buy with you or buy from you. So I think there is still going to be a whole raft of ways for people to communicate with a company, to find out about a company and to buy from a company. But it may be that those things do change, and some of the things that have been really important in the past, like printed adverts for instance, I'm sure printed adverts will still be available in 3 to 5 years, but a business's marketing mix will have less emphasis on things like that, perhaps less emphasis on printed advertising and brochures and things like that. And more emphasis on online communication. And I think the biggest change is that customers no longer wait to be sold to. People decide what they want to buy and they actively search it out.
Right.
And that marketeers or business owners are no longer in charge of the conversation, because there are so many sites out there with customer referrals, with testimonials, with feedback, and you know, even today I would imagine there's not many of us would go to a hotel without first having a look on TripAdvisor and seeing what people actually say about it who've actually stayed there. Or perhaps use the comments on the Argos website, for instance, on what people have bought. So, and also with social media, again, the company is not in charge of the conversation, but the company has got to monitor the conversation and make sure that whatever is out there, you know, they're on top of it and they're dealing with the comments that people say about their business, good or bad. And as I say, a lot of marketing is going to be putting information out there in a way that people can find it easily. One of the biggest changes coming along is video. There are statistics out there and gurus who are saying that if you as a business haven't got a video on your website in a short period of time, the major search engines are not even going to rank you. So that is one big change that's coming along in the world of marketing, and again, just making sure that your products and services and information about your products and services are available 24/7, because people's buying habits are continuing to change. The way that people work, the mixture between business time and leisure time is becoming more and more mixed. So it might well be that someone wants to buy their office products on a Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, not necessarily between 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and so that means that businesses have to compensate for that and make sure their information and resources and products and services are available when the customer wants to be searching for them, and the information's there for them to find.
Okay, so your top tip ideally would be, if someone's looking to market to someone, they need to do their research well ahead, look at what the type of customers they're looking at, look at their competitors to see how they draw customers into them, and that's the ideal thing to do.
Know your customer and satisfy your customer. You're only in business as long as you've got customers, so they are your number one.
Brilliant. On that note, Karen, thank you very much for your time, and tune in more for next month, where we have another guest speaker sitting on our comfy sofa. Leave us some comments, tweet us about it, and check us out on YouTube for more of our little video blogs, and we'll get to see you soon on www.lnpsound.com. Thank you very much. Thank you, Karen.